Government revamps TG Higher Secondary School, Eastern Ideal High School, Ramlal Pal Higher Secondary School and Malum Mega High School under School Fagat Hanshi mission. Chief Minister Nongthong Biren says Centre has instructed to construct a new medical college in Churachandpur. Women Action for Development Secretary Sobita Mangsatabam demands to form an assembly committee to address crimes against women and children. Federation of Haumi warns to check illegal influx of migrants, claiming ineffective implementation of inner line permit system in Manipur. Health Director Dr. K. Rajo says Health Department and relevant authorities have decided to fix a rate for COVID-19 testing in private hospitals. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm JOYSHREE USHAM. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the top stories and latest news at this hour. Chief Minister Nongthong Biren today inaugurated a new block of TG Higher Secondary School, constructed under School Fagat Hanshi mission. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister said 10 schools have been already renovated under the mission and 8 more schools will be revamped in the near future. State toppers, position holders and highest mark scorers from various government schools of different districts in Class 10 and 12 examinations 2020 conducted by BOSEM and COSEM were felicitated at the event held at TG Higher Secondary School. Chief Minister N. Biren also said Cabinet will decide about awarding those government schools and its teachers who produce maximum meritorious students. He also said that more than 14,000 deprived students have been provided free education by the government so far. The Chief Minister added that Anganwadi centers attached to schools under the mission are looking after the welfare of young students. He declared that once the project of revamping one government school each in all the 60 assembly constituencies are completed, these government schools will be at par with private schools. Taking part in the event, Education Minister Sorakaibam Rajan said that the government has already launched a scheme to renovate every government schools of the state. He said State Education Department has formed a subcommittee over and above the existing task force for full implementation of the new National Education Policy 2020 in the state. He blamed the Congress government for degrading government schools in the state due to its negligence in ensuring efficient roles by government teachers and good infrastructure during its 15 years long rule. Works Minister Thongam Biswajit, Wangjing Tentha MLA Paunam Brojan and Zirbam MLA Usabuddin attended the event.
Government school da Oza Singh Nasidi Matuk Chaba Oza Hatani qualify adugi mathakta bed amadi diet training linking chalaba oza yamna qualify hoibo oza ngaptani adubu paliba matam gi lenga matam gi sarkar sinduna aikoi jingsan lamdaba honaramdaba amasung masa gi duty da linking tawalamdaba gi kanga da koina thamba kang thangdo athaubo thangdo calling jasalaga maya yaurtadana ahalaman sinna aikoi Kanga tare haiba du mainga koi matik charaba asuki matik mabu leiraba quality leiraba loina ma qualify oiraba oja sing se ai koi mathau nithina piram da badagi ai koi government school se ai koi sidha
Education Minister Sorakhabim Rajan also inaugurated the newly renovated Eastern Ideal High School, Akampat, Ramlal Paul Higher Secondary School, Kashamthong, and Malom Mega High School, Malom, under School Fagat Hanshi mission today. Speaking on the occasion, Minister S. Rajan said government schools will be at par with private schools once the schools are well equipped. He also expressed contentment that enrollment of students have increased in the schools renovated under the mission.
Private school da hazaba thamuraba koi gi guardian chhatra punamak sing ase masi ai koi government school da hazaba thamnanaba gi damakta private school da laiba infrastructure laiba educational equipment mayam oja sing mayam ai koi chap chana ai koi gi school pagalan ji mission da su thamakanda ai koi gasi desk bench ta hong lai blackboard ta hong lai adagi sugumba mayam sing se ai koi private school ga competitive tawrakanda ai koi mathangi lakadoriba exam high school living certificate amadi class 12 ki dai koina question lobo ngamna bagi changda yawnana bai koi thonna bakanna bonaga daini.
Meanwhile, Shillong Manipuri Students Union has demanded unconditional release of Secretary General and Organization Secretary of Manipur Students Association, Delhi. It may be mentioned that they were arrested by the Manipur police in Delhi on on December 7 for protesting the state education minister's recent announcement of including Sanskrit language in some selected schools and colleges of Manipur. Press release from the union appeals to withdraw any cases filed against them at the earliest. Center has instructed to construct a new medical college in Churachandpur over and above the existing Jenims. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren disclosed the same at the inauguration of a new block of TG Higher Secondary School today. The Chief Minister also said that total seats for pursuing MBBS course at Jenims will be increased by 50 seats to 150 in the new session. He also disclosed that the government yesterday issued no objection certificate to Shiza Hospitals and Research Institute for commencing medical course. Chief Minister N. Biren expressed happiness that 4 candidates from Manipur who took UPSC coaching via satellite launched by the state government at the cost of 1.5 crore rupees have passed the recent preliminary examination. He assured that government will continue to strive to enhance education and overall development of the state.
University medical college Limis ki matang da koi state ki Jenims ki matang da medical college sama da fangye koi kenoda Churachandpur medical college ekoi se athu boda madu pesan thar thang lere masjid da koi medical chhatra singai tamina bagi doctor sing jamala bagi khudum sama Churachandpur so lere ni then Jenims da MBBS ki hana se chama katani adu 2021 lagi de par se chama ga yan khinda MBBS ki machine handle bagi adagi even private kana ngai si gi appropriate big private college private hospital da so bagi bagi college ki MBBS tambagi magi facility piba magi NEC gi aduga donor gi makha da magi provision lai dina She's a Shumagi applied to it. She's a government no objection certificate and I filed.
One-day public discourse on the theme Gender Inequality and its Effects in Manipur was held today. Women Action for Development and Center for Social Development jointly organized the event at the Giving Tree in Sangai Pro. Speaking on the occasion, Ward Secretary Sobita Mangsatabam expressed disappointment at government's lack of necessary actions to curb violence and other crimes against women and children in the state. She said fast-track courts have turned into slow-track courts. She also stressed the need for proper DNA testing machines, effective rehabilitation of victims of human trafficking, and significance of gender equality to bring progress in the society. Stating that there are various center and state-sponsored welfare schemes and projects for women and children, Sobita Mangsatabam urged the government to monitor the implementation and progress of these schemes right from the ground level. The ward secretary appeals to members of Manipur Legislative Assembly to form a committee to take stock of the issues at the earliest. President of United NGO Mission Manipur, Kumujam Gibonmala, was the moderator of the event, attended by many subject experts.
Crime against women di COVID-19 pereta suki mati wangkhale eba chathok traba nupa mayam singchina magi thakna bajana badi kaide no anyhow somehow pore eba drug mayam chali dana amai tawdana drug de yu de marang kaina phangi sasal luraga satan badi ngamdrabani na khoidou sawgapa mayam se nupi da tasalaga nupi mayam se phudare rape tawra iba kaidori molestation mayam ma hengal eba crime mayam ma hengal iba se hengatana be dangta khoina kaidou badai ad state level da akhoi gi state assembly da legislative assembly committee haigadra forum haigadra ama especially crime against women se yengjannaba assembly ki forum ki committee member khara thambiu dine testing machines amutang di thambiu so that beti bachao beti parao se sigi pramanama pinanabai damakta.
Federation of Haumi has warned to carry out drives to check illegal influx of migrants in the state despite the implementation of inner line permit system. Federation of Haumi President Sapamcha Jadumani said the same at the first observation of the extension of Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873 inner line permit system in Manipur. He recalled that the central government extended inner line permit system in Manipur on December 11, 2019. He expressed a discontentment that illegal migrants continue to enter in the state, flouting the existing ILPS. He condemned the state government's failure to enforce proper ILP rules and regulations. Expressing concerns at the situation, he said Federation of Haumi Youth Wing, along with local clubs and Mairapaibi groups, have resolved to carry out the drive. Leaders of Kabui Union Manipur presented a citation to Sapamcha Jadumani for his active roles in getting extension of the ILP system in the state.
Mapandai laiba mitop sing asi free win sali makoi pass yauribra pass yaudabra hablo gamen gi magin su check tawdri mase hena check tawum thai without permission moi settle tawragale moi sing si check taw sangi mase da manipur laiba praja kuri mangna citizen gi right nanan pam system gi tawham thopa even mitopa ma umatamna ma permit paibra paidabra ma gi permito renew tawribra tawdibra check tawham tawi mase akoi citizen gi right ni federation homina ngasi gi observation DSC ga mai lena akoi youth wing na tu matamda home the Salakanda Club, Lady Batuan Tuamba, Sansan, Unalkanda, in a line promising with the woman Topum Zung, the woman talked about Singdo, Madu Kananinaba, Amadi, Miam, the Ewanes Piba, Luna, Mitop Sing Sangaiba, Mahare Sangaiba, Menmari Sangaiba, Nepali Sangaiba, Amadi Baraki Manundagi, Live Kudim Sing Sek Torokanda, Manipur Gamengi, Lone Order, Mating Panu, same Sare.
Left parties of Manipur today observed a black day, condemning the day when the controversial Citizenship Amendment Bill was passed in the parliament last year, which eventually became an act with the president's assent. Members of the left parties carried out a protest demonstration at CPI office in Iravat Bhavan, followed by a rally. Speaking to media, CPI State Secretary L. Sotin Kumar reiterated that left parties will continue to oppose the contentious act enacted forcefully by the BJP-led central government against secularism. He asserted that the central government is unable to fully implement the act even today, following intense agitations against the act by people of Manipur and other states of the country. He urged everyone not to remain ignorant but to be cautious of the outcomes if the act is ever fully implemented in the country.
Left ki dol singa are palitana ahan balitana thengar pagi forna citizenship amendment ek ase namduru pass to gi betara basu masi sanar pa matamda miyam gi akan bai ho kala kani haibase masi khangbadagi BJP ne ngasi mak yam kanna khut thaba ngamdri base miyam gi ihogi chawraba adu mai pakpa mani adu gi iroidana ekoi makata na citizenship amendment ek ase hando haiduna makhan kaya gi adu movement kaya leftana changjan gi gani.
ILP Demand Committee, Kanglei Park, Manipur also held a first observation of inner line permit system in Manipur today. The event was held by following COVID-19 related SOPs at the Office of International Peace and Social Advancement IPSA in Kashampad Junction. 6 student organizations also observed a Black Day by hoisting the black color flag against the contentious Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Leaders of AMSU, MSF, Disam, KSA, Suk and AIMS attended the event held at AMSU headquarters. It may be mentioned that NISO announced today as Black Day. Students of Government Dance College, Government Music College and JN Manipur Dance Academy have blamed the authorities concerned for causing animosity among students by ignoring to resolve the ongoing issues over MA admission to Manipur University of Culture. Speaking to media at Government Music College in Palace Compound today, a student of Government Dance College, RK Lenin Sana, asked why diploma students of Government Dance College, Government Music College and JN Manipur Dance Academy are being denied admission at Manipur University of Culture when the same students are allowed admission at Manipur University, which is also under the UGC.
UGC अखोगी लमदम असिदा अनि सुब्रा रिबा अखोगी MUC की UGC ना करम UGC नो अमदी मणिपुर यूनिवर्सिटी की UGC ना करम UGC नो UGC अखोगी लमदम असिदा अनि सुब्रा हाइबसि मगजु हंजनिंगी मदुगा अखोगी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कल्चर की अखोगी UGC करी करम प्लानेट की लाकपा UGC नो हाइब वहंजे अखोई कन्न हंजरी MUC की स्टूडेंट यूनियन ना अखोगी सिगुंलब इंस्टीट्यूट सिंग सिदगी चंगलकदोबा महिरोय सिंगबु चंगहनिंगदबा अमदी तमहनिंगदबगी थवोंग लाक्लिबसि मखोइदा करी करमबा मरम लैबगिनो अबदी लेबांग मियाम सेंथोपियमन अदुगा कोइगी तसेंगना कल्चर तौजरिबा इंस्टीट्यूट सिंग सिदगी चंगकदा महिरोसिंग असि
Shiv Sena Manipur State Unit has urged the government to deploy National Highway Protection Forces on both the national highways for the safety of truckers. Speaking to media at the party office in Babupara today, Shiv Sena Manipur State Unit President M. Tombi reminded about illegal tax collections and threats to drivers along the highways. He appeals to deploy the recently recruited around 2,000 riflemen of 10 and 11 IRB on these highways every 10 to 15 kilometers to prevent any unwanted incidents.
Mapanda Pangiba, Mamaludagi, Kitani Hangalabusu, Panganaba, Tawan ba Aina Yadava, Texas Loriba, Adugamba, Tex Loriba Kangu Sing se, Masigi, Mahoki Kayataki, Mohoki, Mahutaki, diversity Tawai, diversity Punche, diversity Lantum, whatever poaching Aduda. Around the takes low the National Highway Protection Force every 10 or 15 kilometers. Low the river RP, IRB, listening and share, Masina, Tangai Padana, Masida deployed to with a Kuiman Gulmiang interest, Masida National Highway Protection Force.
Health Department and relevant authorities have decided on a fixed rate for COVID-19 tests in private hospitals. Speaking at the weekly media updates on COVID-19 at the Health Directorate Complex in Lamphel today, Health Director Dr. K. Rajo said Principal Secretary Health will issue an order to this effect at the earliest. He appeals to the public not to be hesitant about getting treatment in government hospitals. He said government giving all-out efforts to contain COVID-19 pandemic in the state, hence active cases are declining day by day. Dr. K. Rajo said government has deployed task forces and there are 59,000 COVID-19 rapid antigen test kits in the state. He appeals to abide by COVID-19 SOPs issued by WHO and health experts at all times to ward off the disease.
COVID media briefing am tawre dodan lenan aina testing ni matanga kadang haje ke rate ki matanga masui rate asi koina so survey am taw matanga resi private clinic kumba sidesida resi khara badana khara wang helo khara mana tan to ba ye koi kenare adana masi da makta ya koi price fix tawna bidamta haibidi masi maman ji khara noida only yagi ona su khara handare adana masi fix tawna bidamta ये कोई ना ताम कुतरे ता प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी ने कोई टेस्टिंग टीम abdigi director ki official sing mayam kor ga meeting ma to ki yam thuna madu ki bain tu khom ga han lori sing atam da loi na sana ba ya ba praja sing ga wa da bo sana ba ya ba ma bulani madu ki order du business secretary issue to.
Speaking to media at the weekly press meet, Principal Secretary Health V. Vumlunmang said government is gearing up for mass vaccination against COVID-19 following instructions of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. He said registration of 138 state government health workers and 108 private health facility providers are being registered at CoWIN portal. He added that 126 cold chain points are being monitored at state and district level via eWIN mobile app. V. Vumlunmang also said efforts are on by State Mission Director NHM to monitor COVID patients in home isolation. He added that health workers are required more at COVID hospitals in the current COVID-19 pandemic situation in the state. Hence, they will not be assigned the task of thermal screening at Mao and Zirbam gates anymore. V. Vumlunmang said as of now there is no vaccine approved in India. Hence, he appeals to the public to abide by COVID-19 SOPs. Meanwhile, IGP of Manipur Police Department E. Priyokumar urged the public to follow COVID-19 related curfew imposed in the state. He said so far 1 crore 37 lakh rupees have been collected as fines from violators.
Home isolation team asisu hojik mapangal kantat halle loinana NHM ki state mission director bu team leader oina hape mobile phone dagi follow up monitoring toba hidak lanthak sing amadi oximeter sing yen thok yen sing ki thabak supervisory chathari 104 mental helpline na home isolation toriba moi singda cooking wakal gi oiba singbam haibadi pautak sing piri kana gumba mioi amana phone number 104 da call toduna cooking wakal gi oiba nungai tabasing tathok tasing counseling toba yagani total violators 1 lakh amaga listing amaga tanipan marpuni hoji ka koi appropriate behavior jan andolan ki police stations manipur leba mayam na bhajana adum awareness campaign rally poster campaign na tingba mai magi jurisdiction da adigi public places office sing da bhajana adum chathari.
Now we have Manipur's COVID-19 update. Manipur reported 174 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 2 deaths in the last 24 hours. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room press release at 5 p.m. today, Manipur's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 26,859, out of which 2,998 are active cases. In the last 24 hours, 2 COVID-19 patients, a 41-year-old man and a 36-year-old man, both from Imphal East District, have passed away at Jennings Hospital. With this, that toll has reached 320. On the positive note, 144 people recovered in the last 24 hours. With this, total number of recovered cases have reached 23,541. State's recovery rate improves to 87.64%. Infected persons are 136 from the general population and 38 are personnel of Central Armed Police Force. Infected persons from the general population are 45 from Imphal West, 41 from Imphal East, 12 each from Bishnupur and Churachandpur districts, 8 from Thoubal, 5 from Tamenglong, 4 from Technopal, 3 from Kangpokpi, 2 each from Kakching, Chandil and Senapati districts. All are locals without any significant travel history. They are being shifted to COVID care facilities and necessary measures are underway. With that, it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Panthubi Housing Finance Company Limited, regulated by RBI, specified as a financial institution by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India under SARFASI Act 2002. First license holder public limited housing finance company in the entire northeastern region of India, completed its 15 years of service. Provides home loan with a subsidy amount up to rupees 2.67 lakh under PMAY credit linked subsidy scheme, PMAY CLSS Housing for All by 2022 mission. Government or private employees, businessmen can apply. For more details, kindly contact Panthubi Housing Finance Company Limited or Reporter ang Mamlaykay, Imphal. SAB Housing Finance Company Limited regulated.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India's COVID-19 tally has crossed 97.96 lakhs with 29,398 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. On a positive note, India's active COVID-19 cases have dropped to 3,63,749 in the last 24 hours, rising recovered cases to 92,90,834. Country's recovery rate rises to 94.84%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, death toll has reached 1,42,186. Maharashtra is still on top with above 73,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by Kerala with above 59,000 active cases. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 7 crore 8,54,000 people. Above 1 crore 5,91,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 4 crore 92,92,000. USA is on top with more than 64 lakh infections, followed by India and Brazil. While China, from where the pandemic started, is at the 79th position with just 292 active cases of COVID-19. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma has tested positive for COVID-19. The Chief Minister in a tweet said that he is in home isolation and experiencing mild symptoms. He has requested all those who came in contact with him in the past 5 days to kindly keep a watch on their health and, if necessary, to get tested. Water scarcity is not a new issue for the people in the state. Residents of Chakpa Payeng village in Imphal West District are fighting against global climate change crisis by conserving natural habitat and using water judiciously. A special report.
Manipur receives annual rainfall of 1,600 millimeters, indicating that it gets abundant rainfall. Still, water scarcity is an issue facing people in the state. It is high time to find out the root cause for this predicament. It is a known fact that deforestation by humans has led to climate change crisis. Depleting groundwater and decreasing moisture content of topsoils are leading to drying off of water spring sources which fill up the rivers.
Valley the live sing primarily a watershed hariba catchment area si akogi akoi bida leiba ching mayam si oidone chi sing mayam si laga akogi overall water system leibse ko human intervention dagi akogi power requirement am khangde mayam dagi akogi ising si akogi manipulate taw habitare human beings da akoina u mayan ba matam natar u chingmaya mayan ba matam da maduda ising da kari impact leibge se akoi ising gadan de impact leido se whole biodiversity impact tawdini adala amba u check tongba la oidoni yamna khon min uba udaba mayam mang doine hoji khatagi na taw handagi tawpa akogi macha mayam di mandaba macha mayam sina punchal laga akoi hoji water gi crisis ma tholesi turin de ising lerekta ba haise ngarang nahan khatagi wana ti mamang gi akoina check and balance ta hogdaba digi ching amadi tam mafam sing se sa akoina u amadi atopa biodiversity se thugairak bagi mami ne bata sing.
Global climate change has not spared Chakpa Payeng village. Maklang River, which runs through the village, is drying up. A senior citizen who has resided in the village for more than 70 years narrates how lively the river was once in the past.
They did my akala tau tau nudra hekta umong si pungtum tum la khone amuk yokhal labna si umudra hydra adwai dege usi kan se dra adum kal labna umu pung phara je adu leptana jik singak nudra tawla labna akata amsa.
Residents of Payeng village with the help from Directorate of Environment and Climate Change, are striving to conserve the environment, set up spring source water supply system, raising awareness on climate change and on how to use water judiciously.
Sai sahin puni panchore pena angang ori me matam de si turial se je saba thak pa iru mai de jabal oi torame ising si gi yam bagi sang hatare yam bagi sang si ha na mamang da lerami bo poti ko hauji hauji lai bo poti ko de tak mati khena re tangkhai da nate 1/4 saruk mari thokoi hauji ki perat si da hatare hayang na chari umang je si gi maning thangba da lai ba sing makai hatare pak chaw nu u sing ngat ra su lok makai da gi u si yan thatlam de ba adu matam olapoi matu na moi su karbar si ato to ma pham ka hen le rekta na maram or kanda lok ki u sing jil ma yan thal yon thokre ba yon thokki na maram or kan hojik di sigi sudrong gi sing se loi ma kangchilak na maram or kan akhoi ising saba thakpagi si problem mayam oire adu akhoi le kai ising am ta lai de sudrong de ising je akhoi nature gi oiba lok ti ising aktane puri je pura ising ji free ne thadu ga chat pane ba adu hojik di Mars ko mo yor kan ising ji kang le environment department ma ge de so adu climate change ki matang da ki mati awareness no ramnina phayeng gi praja sing hojik di bhab khar tare adu akhoi athing ji soidan ngamakani habi gi thajabal le
ngasi ngak sian bada khoina chauba thodang si masa masana lawna bagi damakta khoina awareness kaya ma khoi department ga khusimnaraga tawi aduga khoi panchayat ki manung chana laiba scheme singsi ki manung chana khoina u pambi thaba heilei thaba sigumba yam ma khoina paikhatli aduga khoi gi lairaba kopnaba narega gi yamna phajarba scheme sisu sigi manung chana khoina habidi khoina uwa si umang si kallaga umang dagi khoi kaigumba sing yandana ba dagi atop atopa pambai me amam sijinaraga sena lambi tawbagi daisu ngak thoknabagi khoina narega da so khoina u pambi thahandana adagi atopa kari kaino khoina paikhat pa yaba khoigi scheme gi manung sana development me amam paikhatli
Self-help groups have been formed in the village to create jobs and to train farmers for better productivity. Villagers who are now fully aware of the impact of climate change are taking measures to combat the same.
Singjum singsi laibe singsi kamdong na khona tep to kodage amari singjum sing lakhanna bi dong to khona forest kamdong yokhat kadage forest yokhat la kanda singjum laibe singsi tep to ga khona majibu treatment plant ta conventional treatment to ga drinking water supply system pirak paisi village kuding da koi masi paikar pada dum mangol success wagin khali maru in singi lam singda masiam asoba kanabum porakanin khali praja singoi ba in honabadi effort yam sound yobutare forest hana okay identify ko to aganda forest kan bum sangi hetare koi vulnerability assessment on water due to climate change habigi study ma tor matung dai khoina village listing amga sam tara mari da khoi sugumba springs management programs paikhat nabi program ma khoi kanna semgat chari kitang achoba project ma khoi paikhat pamatangai fadre na adugi concept khoi sabdi loisela khoi stage le re khoi underground water se resource ta hogdring ge de khoi manipur jam awa phi ma soin lakane se khoi chapsar thaje je heta
The initiative which has been taken up at the Faying village should be expanded to other remote villages, especially at the hilly areas. And also the state government should give more focus on the process of 1114 villages project to combat the climate change as soon as possible. With camera person El Kavi, this is Ketamayum Premsan reporting for Impact News, Imphal.
Well, moving ahead. Works Minister Thongam Biswajit has laid the foundation for the construction of a Bailey Bridge on Imphal River at Modbung in Kangpokpi district. Speaking on the occasion today, Minister T.H. Biswajit said the upcoming Bailey Bridge will facilitate transportation for residents of villages in Kangpokpi district and Pukhao of Imphal East district. Minister Losi Dikho, MLA Ngamthang Haukip, top government officials, district administration and PWD officials and locals attended the event.
कोई ब्रेजी 2015 दा मागी कोई फ्लड अमना कोई वाश आउट तौके हाइबरी पुथरगा सेक्रेटरी अगला विजिने बुझी फाउदा फाउंडेशन सिस्टम लेट तौरे अदु हाइबो पुलिसी अदा मसिन लिंक तौगदो नंगा सागी अकोई लेबा नेशनल हाईवे 2 से लिंक तौर काने 21 किलोमीटर चला कांदा सोंगी इकौगदो यौगदबनी अदु याम मरु एबो लबी एनेना
Imphal Municipality Corporation Mayor T.H. Lokeshwar has warned that IMC will pick up animals left by owners on streets. He was speaking on the sidelines of the arrival of the corporation's 2 vehicles for drawing septic tanks and 1 cattle collector vehicle at IMC office today. Mayor T.H. Lokeshwar also said IMC will begin a single window, fully computerized accounting of revenues collected from various sections and keep them in the public domain. He also said 1 vehicle each for garbage collection will be provided to Ward Development Committee of all the 27 wards under the IMC within this month. It may be mentioned that IMC earlier had only 2 septic tank collectors with 5,000 and 3,000 litre capacities.
Cattle collector van si akogi spray akogi spray cattle akogi municipal area da thado iba kholi basi masigum masi akogi loan ya da bana maram moidana Imphal municipal corporation na masi phagat na ba akogi van ma thungare aduna prajajing da hajaning badi koi lami sorok ta asan thado pidana ba thinking jare saliba December tha sigi manung da akogi ward kuntare ta akogi ward ta tata magic upper west lokhat na ba tata ki lokhat na ba gari amam jo ward ki WDC Dasinarani. Cattle collector van si akogi.
Villagers of Kabui Kulen have appealed to the relevant authorities to repair the deplorable village road in None district. Apunba Imam Acha Singh Ames said that the area was the epicenter of the earthquake on January 4, 2016, which reached 6.8 on Richter scale. They appealed to repair the road from Kabui Kulen till Naga Hills, which leads to None, and the Hauchang Road from Kabui Kulen to Payeng at the earliest. Leaders of Lamdan Kabui village have alleged M. Acham of involving in murder and refuted the claims made by him of being the village chief. They clarified that M. Karipao is the village chief and not M. Acham. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, Secretary of Lamdan Kabui village T. Terence said that the state government had issued a gazette notification declaring M. Karipao as the chief of Lamdan Kabui village. He warned M. Acham of actions if he continued misleading people. Chief Justice of the High Court of Manipur, Ramaligam Sudhakar, and Patron-in-Chief of Masalsa inaugurated alternative dispute resolution ADR centers in 5 districts of the state virtually today. The inaugurated centers are in the court complex of Thoubal, Bishnupur, Churachandpur, Senapati and Ukhrul districts. The ADR centers were open to dispose litigation cases. Chief Justice Ramaligam Sudhakar and Patron-in-Chief of Masalsa ordered all the District Judiciary, District Bar Association to conclude every case with proper mediation and counseling. District Administration and Churachandpur Police, in collaboration with District Legal Services Authority Churachandpur, organized Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Educate and Save the Girl Child Come one-day legal awareness campaign on human trafficking at DTC Hall in Tuibong, Churachandpur. The event started with a keynote address by Hesby Haukip MPS and additional SP IUCAW Churachandpur, and was followed by a speech from Shivanan Survey IPS additional SP Line Operation and Chinnai Lamgangte OC Women Police Churachandpur. District Coordinator of Manipur State Rural Livelihood Mission Toijam Mekin spoke on career guidance at the event. Women SI M. Kumbyakman G. ICAHTU spoke on anti-human trafficking, and SI James Wifei, Inspector in charge TCP, spoke on traffic awareness. Around 120 young girls from BYF Lower Lamka, ECA Molnom, Lamka Presbyterian, KBC Vengnom and EBCC attended the program. Lok Sabha MP Dr. R.K. Ranjan today launched the Postgraduate Diploma in Computer Application PGDCA course of National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, NILIT, Imphal. Joint Secretary of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, Dr. Jaideep Kumar Mishra took part in the event via video conferencing. NILIT Imphal will conduct training of the course via module online in view of the prevailing COVID-19 situation. KVK Senapati organized an awareness program on new farm laws at Utonglog village in Saikul block today. 30 women farmers took part in the event. All India Congress Committee has appointed Manipur Salam as State Coordinator of Social Media Department, Manipur. Appointment order was issued by AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal. Manipur Salam was the Secretary of Outer Lok Sabha Youth Congress Committee and Secretary Administration of Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee. Former General Secretary Administration of NPP Manipur State Unit Sanasam Thoiba, who has recently joined the BJP, has been appointed as the Department of Policy Research in charge of BJP Manipur Pradesh. President of BJP Manipur Pradesh S. Tikendra handed over the appointment order to him. Seram Mangi Memorial Trust observed the 8th death anniversary of senior journalist Seram Mangi today. The event was held at Nilit Conference Hall in Akampat. Seram Mangi Memorial Award was conferred upon Y. Basudeva from Uchekon Takhokmapal on the occasion. Social scientist Dr. Dhanabir Laishram stressed on the role of senior citizens in contemporary Manipur at the event. Lok Sabha MP Dr. R.K. Ranjan, Amju President Bijoy Kakchingtabam and ex-minister Bijoy Khoijam were among those present at the event. Imphal West District Commando has seized 378 grams of brown sugar from a miscreant at Langtabal, Puramakhong. The arrested person is 21-year-old Semintang Haukip, son of Daujangam Haukip, a resident of Simol village in Senapati district. The team led by Commando OCP Achauba under the supervision of Imphal West District Administration, District Additional SP Operations L. Amarjit arrested him yesterday. A Bolero vehicle, ID card issued by Yas and a mobile phone were also seized from him. He has been handed over to Singjamai Police Station for further investigation. Imphal West District Police Commando team also arrested another drug peddler last night around 11:30 at Langtabal, Puramakhong. The miscreant is 21-year-old Semintang Haukip alias James, son of Tauzangam Haukip, a resident of Samushang Simol village in Senapati district. He was arrested in possession of around 400 grams of brown sugar, 5,020 rupees cash, a Bolero vehicle bearing registration number MN07D0077. He has been handed over to Singjamai Police Station. Acting on a tip-off, a combined team of Imphal East District Commando and 16 Assam Rifles arrested one suspected UNLF active cadre today. The arrested person is 43-year-old Kaitelakpam Ningol Oinam Ongbi Memtombi, wife of Oinam Ibomcha from Awang Kunau Makhalekai. The team, led by Commando OC Herojit and Inspector Rajiv under the overall supervision of Imphal East District Additional SP Operation M. Roni, arrested Memtombi from Tambalkhong. Reportedly, she has completed her basic military training in 1997 and has been working under one UNLF Lieutenant Chauba. She has been handed over to Porampat Police Station for further interrogations. Ningol Club Hairog held one-day awareness on human rights and its importance in combating COVID-19 pandemic at its temporary office today. Kada President Hijam Priyokumar and Ningol Club President Sophia Kundongbam took part in the event. Human Rights Alert Director Bablu Loitongbam gave resourceful insights at the event. Processing training kicked off at Government Children Home in Charangpat today. District Child Protection Unit Taubal organized the training. Superintendent of the Children Home, Lorembam Hemolata, taught the children how to make pickles from local fruits. District Child Protection Unit Officer Taubal K. Anita and Legal Cum Probation Officer Rina Chanu Marangtem took part in the event. Governor Dr. Najma Heptullah extended heartiest greetings to the people of the state on the eve of Nupilal Day. The governor in her greeting said Nupilal, which took place in 1904 and 1939, is a landmark event in the history of the state. She said that Nupilal not only represents one of the popular agitations against an extreme exploitation form of socio-economic and political system executed by the joint feudalistic colonial rule, but was also a movement influenced and to a certain extent supported by the emerging educated elite political reforms of Manipur. She praised the Manipuri women for their immense roles in the society at the critical juncture and urged the present women generation to follow the true spirit of the then women in the years to come. Chief Minister Nongthumbam Biren also greeted the people of the state on the eve of Nupilal Day. The Chief Minister in his greeting said that the day commemorates the brave women folk of the state who fought against the exploitative policies of the then colonial rule and strived to bring socio-political reforms in the state. He said that Nupilal continues to be a motivation for the people in the state and reminds us that we have the courage and boldness to stand together against evil. Manipur Legislative Assembly Speaker Y. Kem Chan and Agriculture Minister Oinam Lukhoi have also extended greetings on the occasion of Nupilal Day. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Government revamps TG Higher Secondary School, Eastern Ideal High School, Ramlal Paul High Secondary School and Malom Mega High School under School Fagadhanshi mission. Chief Minister Nongthumbam Biren says Centre has instructed to construct a new medical college in Churachandpur. Women Action for Development Secretary Sobita Mangsatabam demands to form an assembly committee to address crimes against women and children. Federation of Haumi warns to check illegal influx of migrants, claiming ineffective implementation of inner line permit system in Manipur. Health Director Dr. K. Rajo says Health Department and relevant authorities have decided to fix a rate for COVID-19 tests in private hospitals. And Manipur reports 174 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 2 deaths in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 320. And India's COVID-19 tally nears 98 lakhs with over 29,000 cases reported in last 24 hours. Recovery rate also nearing 95%. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Have a great evening and stay safe.